Hi, my name is Russell Pointer, and today we're going to look at the definition of done. Definition of done is a list or criteria or a checklist which must be met before a user story is considered done. It is a list of steps to help you accomplish the goal. It contains the habits and behaviours of what we normally mess up and need reminding about. So the definition of done provides a checklist which usefully guides pre-implementation activities, discussion, estimation, and design. I've got a couple of examples. So I often have my expenses returned for not putting the correct date on, or an expense not putting the company name on my hotel bill. So I add those things to my definition of done and look at it before I submit. Hopefully putting happy faces on those in the expense team. Another one is, well, let's think about when you travel on a big journey. Do you go through a list in your head to see if you are ready? Generally, I can walk out the door, drive off towards the airport before I check, and when I realise I do not have my driver's licence or my passport, I turn around, go back and get it. So the cost gets higher if you don't stop and check the list before you start travelling. So remember that we need a checkpoint that allows us to pause and check that the definition of done is being followed. Putting this checkpoint in a sensible place creates better high value. So a lot of teams do this within their stand-ups or at the end of a sprint. Definitions of done can be different lengths. Around 10 items feels about right. You don't want it so detailed that you need to walk through pages and pages to check completion. So about 10 or less seems right. The one for my expenses is only about 3 things right now. Your definition of done is a group thing and should be across all stories, not just for one task. This is the difference between the definition of done and the acceptance criteria. The acceptance criteria is only for each task, and a great example would be looking at positive and negative test results. The definition of done is a broad checklist across all the stories, with examples like having automated testing. That is not marked done unless the product owner accepts it. It could even include regulatory requirements. You can also have a definition of done for a sprint or even a release. But note that the team should create it and own it. There are some synergies that could be beneficial in having the same definition across teams, but generally I find that where you have a group of people trying to achieve a goal, then the group should agree on what done looks like. If someone is handing it on a plate, they'll probably not understand it and probably not follow it. We get that buy-in from collaboration. Failure to meet these criteria at the end of a sprint would normally mean that the work wouldn't be counted towards that sprint's velocity. So it's really important that the team agrees it and knows it. It is displayed and referred to frequently, and it is understood as an explicit contract by all members of the team. I hope this helps in your understanding and how you can put the definition of done into practice in your team. Thank you for listening.